in real life, salespeople usually do not use only one persuasion technique. Of course, they do not only ask, "How are you feeling today?" They might also use other techniques like, for example, the door in the face technique. You might remember that this technique works by first starting with a large request, asking, for example, like in the study that we will discuss in a minute, asking, for example, for food donations, but not only one food donation, but for weekly food donations over the course of 3 months. And of course, then many people say, "No, sorry, no, I can't, I won't do that." And after you got the door metaphorically slammed in your face, you say, "Well, okay, but then maybe you are willing to give us one food donation." And because the other person doesn't want to look completely heartless, and as the norm of reciprocity tells you that when somebody makes a concession, you yourself should make a concession as well, you then might be more willing to agree on this request than if the first large request was not present. So in the study that I want to present to you now, they try to figure out whether the compliance rate might be boosted even more by using the door in the face technique together with the foot in the mouth technique. And therefore they went from door to door and asked homemakers, first of all, "How are you feeling?" And then they used the door in the face technique the way I described it. They first said, "Well, we are collecting food donations for needy people. Would you be willing to help by giving donations every week for the course of 3 months?" And of course, most people metaphorically slammed the door and said, "No, sorry." But then the requester said, "Well, okay, well, maybe you are willing to give us one donation, one food donation." And maybe not surprisingly, it turned out that the combination of both techniques was indeed most successful. About 60% said, "Okay, I will give you a food donation," when they used both techniques. When they only used the foot in the mouth technique, there were 40% who agreed to the request. And when they used neither of the techniques, only about 27% were willing to give a food donation.